I'm Diana DeRosa, and I am speaking to Sue Ann Wells, who lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and was the producer of the documentary When the Dust Settles. So Sue Ann, what inspired you to create this film?
Hello, Diane. Thank you so much, first of all, for giving me the opportunity to share just a little bit about When the Dust Settles. And I just want to mention quick kudos to Lisa Dearson and her team for, again, putting together an amazing EQUUS Film Festival. So thank you, Lisa, for persevering in spite of. So the question, what inspired me to think about putting together this film? First and foremost, it is really to bring awareness to the plight of the wild horse, the struggles, the suffering, the homelessness, the starvation, the neglect. And along with this, I really wanted to bring also an awareness. Okay. And secondly, I wanted to bring an awareness to the struggles of the young girl of poverty. And the whole focus of this film was to show the relationship of these two and how they really depended on each other to persevere. You know, they felt loved, which especially the young woman, she never had received that unconditional love before. And so this documentary, When the Dust Settles, tells their story in a way that is so touching and so real.
Yeah, and it's so true. It was a wonderful documentary. When you look back, obviously this takes a long time to create any type of film. What are you most proud of, or what really stands out in your mind when you think back about this documentary?
Well, you're right. It does take a long time because the thought came into my mind in 2009 and we saw the film in 2018. So it was a 9-year project. And, you know, it came about when the school, Chattanooga Girls Leadership Academy, opened its doors in 2009, and the orientation for the young women was at my family farm. And prior to that, I had just adopted a few wild horses from the government. And in the back of my mind, I thought, you know, I wonder if these young girls and these horses will like each other. And so what I did was I threw them together, and it was almost an instantaneous respect initially, and then trust. And they both had very similar experiences. You know, as I mentioned, the girls also struggled with feelings of just not being loved, feelings of rejection, just like the wild horse. And they both were in situations that were brand new to them. The horse, you know, had been in the desert in the West, and the young woman, she had never been in a single gender school. She had never been in a school that was really demanding academic rigors. So they both were very, very anxious and actually scared. But it worked. They fell in love with each other. And, you know, it's hard to say who was the mentor or the mentee, because they really just bonded and depended on each other to just for success, for getting through those hard times. And the biggest takeaway for me was when I listened to the first draft, the first cut, I realized then that these young women, their relationship with this horse basically changed their lives. Some even said this relationship saved their lives. And I kind of knew that that was happening, but I did not realize it until I saw it and heard it for the first time on the film. And that's when I knew for sure that we were doing the right thing.
You know, we're finding out more and more in your case and with veterans and with everybody else, that it's amazing how these horses help, you know, and so I congratulate you for creating this program. How did you come up with the name When the Dust Settles?
Oh, that's a tough question, you know, because that name is out there. And I remember when we were thinking about it, several folks came to me and said, "Oh, Seren, you know, that's a name that's used. You should not, you know, name your film When the Dust Settles." But it's really odd. When we were out in Oregon at the holding pens for the Bureau of Land Management, and we were looking at horses to adopt to bring home to Chattanooga, they are absolutely crazy wild. They're running, the dust is going everywhere. The horses are scared to death. You know, they're nickering and there's dust everywhere. Then once the cowboys are there, they round them up and they put them into the corral rather, to send them on to wherever the dust settles, the horse settles, the humans settle. And that's really how the name was born.
Wow. I'm so glad I asked that question, because that really makes total sense. So if people want to know more about your story.
Yes.
If they,
say that again.
If people want to know more about your story, and if they want to contact you, how would they do that? And do you have any last words before we sign off?
Yes, absolutely. Contact me. My email address is swan7543@gmail.com. And just a few final words. Please adopt wild horses. If you are interested in purchasing a horse, there's so many out there, and there's a wild horse for every walk of life. After all, they are the melting pot of the West. If you're interested in Western, roping, reining, trail riding, hunting, hunters, jumping, dressage, there's a Mustang for you. So please think about that. And they're $25, you know, so very affordable.
Thank you. Well, that's a wonderful gift for Christmas and the holidays coming up, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it was nice talking to you, and congratulations for your great film, which we're doing an encore virtual of this year. So you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Diana. Take care.